Welcome to Sun City News. I'm your host, Georgia Lash. Here are some of the stories we're starting off with this week. We continue with our interview with Friends of Lifelong Learning. We have a spotlight on sports with Mike Romano, and later in the program, we get a preview of our monthly show in our neighborhoods. Sun City News starts now.
This is Sun City News. With our news team bringing you stories from Sun City and the Low Country. Taking the lead with entertainment news. And on deck is our sports report. Sun City News, from people you know, about people you know. This week's SCTV News starts now.
Friends of Lifelong Learning is one of our newer Sun City groups, and they have gotten off to a stellar start with sold-out events and presentations. We wanted to learn more about this group and how we can get involved.
Craig, we are here waiting for a full house for sort of like a kickoff. I look at like a college semester here with Friends of Lifelong Learning. So tell us about your organization.
Well, Friends of Lifelong Learning came from Ollie, and the purpose of it is to have a free club within Sun City that gets some of the same stuff that Ollie does, but more information about how to educate them in a community, how to educate them on, we do sea turtles, we do all different types of speakers, and the purpose of that is to educate our neighbors.
I'll tell you, it seems like our neighbors are hungry to learn about this new environment. Many haven't lived in the Low Country or the South, so you're really giving us a good dose. We had the Wading Birds presentation that was slammed with people. So how do people keep in touch with Friends of Lifelong Learning to hear about what's going on?
The best way to keep in touch is to go online and sign up as a member. If you sign up as a member, you automatically get emails. You can sign up so that you can get into your name on the list so you can attend these before anybody else can.
Well, that's great because I know I got my email, and they would do that right through the Sun City website under groups.
That's right.
Oh,
that's right. And Sun City was nice enough. They allowed us to have a group, and it's working out great.
Well, if the attendance today has anything to say about it, you are certainly welcome to keep bringing these presentations to us. Any other words about Friends of Lifelong Learning or anything that's coming up that you'd like us to know about?
Well, there are things coming up, and I'm not sure what they are. We have something coming at the end of October, and again, I'm not sure exactly what it is. We try to do at least 2 events a year, but hopefully by next year we'll be able to do 4 or 6 events for the year. And again, they're just local people that volunteer their time.
And I'll tell you, the quality of the speakers and presentations have been amazing. Ollie is a treasure. Friends of Lifelong Learning has given us a link to that treasure even more closely. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
SCTV launched a new show called Spotlight on Sports this month. The show's host and producer, Mike Romano, also known as our SCTV sports anchor, gave us an idea of what to expect. Mike, you are pretty new to Sun City TV, and here you are launching a brand new show this month, Spotlight on Sports. So I want to take a moment and learn a little bit more about you and have our viewers know more about you. So how did you land in Sun City?
Well, my wife Karen and I were vacationing in Hilton Head every February, and last time we were here we decided, let's make this a permanent place. So we looked around and we really fell in love with Sun City, and here we are.
Now, was there a huge broadcast background that led you here to Sun City TV?
Not really. I was the public address announcer in high school, but that was a lot of years ago. And I did some public speaking when I was working, but no, not any broadcast.
Then you fit right into Sun City TV because that's where the rest of us, you probably have more experience with that than we do. So what's the premise of the new show?
I think what we want to do is highlight the people that play sports here in Sun City and some of the sports that we have. And there's a lot of really good competition here, and I think this is going to be a fun way to just spotlight those people.
Can you give us an example of how that's going to play out in the first episode this month?
Sure. The first episode is really a fun episode. We interviewed two women who play in the softball league, and they both played in this summer in the National Senior Olympics. and one of them actually won a medal. So it was kind of fun to do that interview with them, and they gave a lot of insight into the Olympics and what they went through to be in it. So I think it's going to be fun for people to watch.
Oh, that sounds like a great kickoff for the season. Let's remind everyone how they can reach you if they have coverage requests or if they'd like to send you some photos or videos to use in the show.
Okay, we're showing the website that they can, the email address that they can send information to, and if you send that to, it will be directed to me, and we will certainly look to put those stories into the program.
Well, sports is a huge part of Sun
Yes, it
City,
is.
and now you are the face of Sun City Sports, and thank you for bringing us a brand new show.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Still more to come. We get an update on Chris Scott's recycling efforts. We give you details on our upcoming Board of Directors candidate interviews. And we find out all about furniture repairs at the Woodworkers Guild. So stay with us. We'll return after this brief break.
Stay tuned for the September edition of In Our Neighborhoods. And we were able to, in this edition, go to the Hampton Village Neighborhood Annual Meeting. And most importantly, in this meeting, we were introduced to Tony Mills, a naturalist. He brought some very special props to this meeting. They were alive, and they were fun to see. So tune in. Maybe you'll learn something new, and maybe you'll want more information.
Looks like, I'm not really sure what this is yet. Wow, this is nice. Looks like a fine tooth shark to me. Great big gill slits. You know, that's a...
Our SCTV crew revisited Chris Scott, who heads up the recycling program here in Sun City. Let's watch the video.
Well, I'm here with Chris Scott, and Chris Scott is the recycling king here in Sun City. And we have reported with you, Chris, at least 2 to 3 times already, but we're here for like an update. So what's the routine for you for each day?
Each day, it starts at about 4 o'clock, and some mornings 5, and I visit all of our...
A.M.
A.M.,
Okay.
yes, out of bed early every day. And I visit all of our sports centers to retrieve any recyclable material. That includes our tennis courts, pickleball courts, swimming pool, Pearlysburg only, and bocce ball and pickleball. That's every day.
Chris, can you give us any stats, an update on the recycling project?
Absolutely. So far, we've recycled 34,000 tennis cans. Equates to what? 1,786 feet. Stack them up against the tallest building in the world, 3/4 of the height of that building. So it's a tremendous amount of tennis cans. Over 300,000 plastic water bottles and almost 2 tons of aluminum beer cans. So it's substantial and has made a huge difference in our environment here.
Now, where does all this recyclable material, where does it go?
Okay. The plastic is picked up by Waste Management every 2 weeks. We have 8 of their large containers. They pick it up. The plastic goes up to Hickory Hill. From Hickory Hill, it's sorted. It goes to Charleston, where it is sorted by AI. And from there, all of our plastic ends up in North Carolina to a recycling facility where new plastic is made out of it. Our aluminum goes over to Hardyville Recycling, and that includes the tennis rims, the tennis lids, and the soda and beer cans, 100% recycled.
And you bring this over yourself in your car.
Yes, the car right now has about 60 pounds of aluminum that will go up to the recycler today.
That's a lot of beer cans and all, that's a lot of stuff in your car. I bet you can't even see out of the car.
Well, you can't, and those that happens to be 52,500 beer cans that we've recycled so far, and that equates to 2,190 cases. It's pretty large amount.
Oh my gosh, that really is. If you could have one wish, Chris, I know you've been doing this for years and years, and this is your garage, and it's all equipped for all this recyclable. What would that wish be as far as recycling?
I have one wish: to get the community to put recycled containers in the pavilion.
Okay.
One wish. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Maybe they'll be listening to this telecast. They usually do, and maybe you'll get that wish.
I pray for that.
Okay. Well, Chris, you're doing a fantastic job. You're an asset to the community, and you're an asset to the Tennis Association, too, I might add. And thank you for all you do.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for coming over, folks.
Preparation for the 2025 Sun City Hilton Head Community Association elections are underway. In this year's election, residents will vote to fill one board of directors position, and 35 neighborhoods will vote for a neighborhood representative and an alternate neighborhood representative. All members will take office on January 1st, 2026. Starting the week of October 6th and through October, residents will get a chance to watch our Community Connection 2025 election show, where we'll interview the 4 candidates running for one seat on our Sun City Hilton Head Community Association board. The candidates are Greg Card, Joseph Passament, Jim Pierce, and Marcia Schroeder. Each candidate will give an opening statement where they'll describe their credentials for this important position. Then each candidate will answer questions prepared by the election committee. Finally, the candidates will give a closing statement where they'll tell residents why you should select them to work for our community. Be sure to tune in the week of October 6th and through October for this informative interview with the Board of Directors candidates. Norma Taylor spoke with Neil White from the Woodworkers Guild to find out all the details of furniture repair.
I'm here with Neil White, and Neil is the manager of furniture repair over at the Woodworkers Guild. And Neil, I am very impressed that you really got dressed up for this interview.
I don't get interviewed very often, so I thought I'd better pull out all the stops.
Well, kudos to you. Kudos. All right, furniture repair. What is it that draws you to woodworking and then also furniture repair?
Well, I think 2 things draw me to woodworking. One is the creativity, to see what other people do and how the ideas that they bring to life. And I've just kind of always been handy. My father got me started when I was 8 or 9, and I've done it my whole life, and I just really enjoy it.
So how did you get started here?
Well, when I was looking for a place to retire, I went all over the country looking at various retirement communities. And when I came in and saw this beautiful shop, I said, well, can I just put a cot over in the corner there, and I'll just move in here.
And what aspect of furniture repair, how did you get drawn? There are so many facets here in the Woodworkers. How did furniture repair draw you in?
Well, I think the thing that I like most about furniture repair is giving people back their memories. Like this bookcase that we're working on here, been in the family for, the woman said about 75 or 80 years. So obviously a lot of life has happened around this piece of furniture. She brought it in to get the top glued back on, but obviously every joint needs to be re-glued. So it's kind of fun, and then we take things that really mean something to people and take it the next step and put it back together so they can, enjoy it again.
So a lot of these things are people like memories, and they have, and it's old pieces, and they need some sort of care that they're not doing it. You guys here do it.
That's correct. One of my favorite pieces was a cedar chest that had been the woman's great-grandmother's wedding present. It dated from about 1875. And the company that made it was still in business, and I contacted them. We needed some hardware, but unfortunately they'd stopped making the hardware in about 1950, 75 years ago. So we had to do a little creative work on the hardware. But interestingly enough, just a couple of weeks before we received that piece to work on, we got a couple of pieces of cedar donated to the shop. So we had the piece and the exact wood that we needed to put it back together. It was just like like fate. There are a couple of things that we can't repair, just simply because we don't have the skill sets in the club. We don't work on upholstered furniture or caned furniture. But pretty much anything else we can do.
How many on your team?
We currently have 5. The summer is kind of slow. The snowbirds go back to wherever snowbirds go, and we don't get very many in the summer. But during the winter, we can get 2 or 3 requests a week.
Now, a typical piece, how long does it typically repair? I mean, I know it depends on what's needed.
This piece will probably take us a couple of weeks, and that's not out of the ordinary. Depending on how backed up we are, they can sit in here for several weeks waiting to be worked on while things that came in earlier are repaired. And we make a little bit of money for the shop to keep the lights on.
Okay. And you guys all volunteer to do all this work.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Do a great job.
Thank you.
Anybody who has, especially an old piece of home that's like a family heirloom, should we contact?
Yeah. Or if you have a set of chairs and one of them doesn't work anymore, bring it in. We can get your set of 4 back up to speed.
Great job. You guys here at the Woodworkers all do a fantastic job.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks for dressing up.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I thought I got the email. It was formal day today.
Still much more ahead on Sun City News. Randy Selman is here with an entertainment report. We find out what's coming up in our neighborhoods. And Mike Romano is back with sports news, so don't go away.
Here at Sun City TV, we bring you news from people you know, about people you know. Our weekly news show and 4 monthly shows cover the scope of Sun City happenings, neighborhood events, and of course, club and group activities. We love to catch you on camera. See all that Sun City has to offer by tuning into Hargrave 238 or Spectrum 1301, and always on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/SCTV station.
Sun City TV invites you to join our crew. Our growing technology presence requires enthusiastic, creative volunteers. No previous TV experience needed. Email us at suncitytvhh@gmail.com. Randy Selman is standing by with some entertainment news.
The beautiful days are here again, and with them come some exciting events here in Sun City and outside its gates. There are still tickets available for Little Shop of Horrors, opening September 20th in Magnolia Hall. Little Shop of Horrors is a gleefully macabre sci-fi horror musical powered by Alan Menken and Howard Ashman's infectious 1960s-style pop, rock, and Motown score. Seymour Clelborn, a shy and awkward assistant at a failing flower shop on Skid Row, stumbles upon a strange exotic plant after a mysterious total eclipse of the sun. He names it Audrey 2 in honor of his kind-hearted co-worker and secret crush, Audrey. To his shock, the plant begins to speak, smooth, sassy, and soulful, and reveals a disturbing appetite for fresh blood. As Seymour's small offering help Audrey 2 to grow to monstrous proportions, his life transforms. The shop thrives, the media takes notice, and romance seems possible. But the price of success is steep. The plant's demands escalate from drops of blood to full human meals. When Seymour discovers Audrey 2's alien origins and diabolical plan for world domination, he must decide whether to stop the plant or become just another victim in its leafy path to conquest. Tickets are available at the Magnolia Hall box office every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. or at suncitytheater.org. The Buford Theater Company presents 9 to 5, the musical. Located at the University of Southern Carolina, Beaufort, 9 to 5 features music and lyrics by the beloved Dolly Parton and a book by the original screenwriter Patricia Resnick. This rollicking adaptation of the iconic 1980 film is set in the same year and follows 3 female co-workers, Violet, Judy, and Dora Lee, who are fed up with their hypocritical boss, Franklin Hart. Pushed to their limits, they devise a plan to overthrow him, leading to a series of hilarious and empowering events. As they take control of their workplace, implementing progressive changes and seeking revenge, the women face challenges and unexpected twists. With its jubilant score and themes of friendship, empowerment, and corporate sisterhood, 9 to 5 is a must-see production that resonates with audiences of all genders. Tickets are $35 and they are available by logging on to uscbcenterforthearts.com or calling 521-4145. Save $2 by mentioning the promo code CLOCKIN10. The show runs September 20th, 26th, 27th at 7:30 and September 21st and 28th at 5 p.m. Don't miss it. I'm Randy Selman, and that's your entertainment report. Remember, life is entertaining, so don't miss the show.
Kathy Ricardo, co-host of our monthly show In Our Neighborhoods, is in our studio today to give us some highlights of what to expect in their next episode. Kathy, welcome back to Sun City TV. You took a nice summer break.
It was a good one.
But we missed you. So what's on tap for September's In Our Neighborhoods?
Okay, it's so great to be back, and it was very easy to get back into the swing of things. We started with Hampton Village's annual meeting. They had a guest speaker, Tony Mills, and he's the son of Hampton Village residents Tom and Kay Mills. Tony is an Emmy Award-winning naturalist and with shows seen on PBS and SCTV, South Carolina Educational TV. Tom and Kay gave an interview telling about how their son became interested in this line of work and how it became his passion. And then Tony gave a presentation to the neighborhood. He came with live props that included snakes, turtles, and baby alligators, just to name a few. On the large screen, he had a PowerPoint presentation, and he even had a short clip from one of his shows. And it would be worth everyone's while to go to his website, which is coastalkingdom.com, and then the /Tony.
Whoa! That feels pretty good, whatever that is. I can feel the head shakes, so I think it's probably a shark. But, wow. Nice shark here. Looks like, I'm not really sure what this is yet. Wow, this is nice. Looks like a fine-toothed shark to me. Great big gill slits. You know, that's a 3-foot shark or something like that. A little tired dealing with the shark. Again, tough customers, and God, they're fabulous animals. Look at the shape. So when you talk about form and function, here's an animal that can move through the water just effortlessly. Very definitely one of the signature species we have here. And the reason we have it is because we have lots of clean water, lots of good bait for these guys to eat, and just great habitat. And there he goes.
Well, that took meetings into a whole new level for a neighborhood. That's interesting. I wonder how generous he'd be with coming to some of our neighborhoods too. That was cool.
I know, it was really, he's passionate.
Now
Yeah.
that's really the gist of your show though. You get such a broad perspective of what's going on in our Sun City neighborhoods with all their activities. And I really think that that's a benefit to our communities. Remind us of that.
Well, you know what it is, and I think that we put a lot of thought into it. We have a great time. We show how the neighbors are having a great time together, and also it shows their creativity. So it's a great resource for newer neighborhoods coming in, so they can see how they can show the same type of events. Although they always put a spin on it that goes to the next level.
And we all get to steal those ideas. And I think people moving in as they're preparing to come on to that new home, they can watch and say, look at where we're moving, and be good, feel good about that.
Absolutely.
Now, because of this and these great things that you do, your show tends to be the most highly rated SCTV show each month. To what do you attribute that?
Well, first of all, when we go into an event, we make sure that we have pictures of every single person attending the event. So we'll work the room, and then we highlight everything from decorations to dancing. And I think most people love to have the memory of what was going on. And then also, once the show is done and we put it on, we'll advertise it on Facebook on the Friendly Neighborhood site, and then we'll send a clip or the link to the clip out to the neighborhood reps, so then they can send it out to the neighbors. So we have higher ratings, and the more events we do within one segment, we'll get bigger numbers.
Well, we all like to look at it, and I think it's one of the first things that I look at when I see Facebook, at the beginning of the month with the new show. So how can neighborhoods get in touch with you for event coverage?
Yeah, all right. So they can contact me through the Sun City email, which is suncitytvhh@gmail.com.
Don't forget, call Kathy, get your neighborhood camera worthy. Let's head over to Mike Romano for some sports news.
Hello, sports fans. This week in sports, the Men's Golf Association two-man match play started with 40 teams competing at Argent Lakes. The top 20 teams will move on to the next round at Hidden Cypress Golf Course. We'll keep you updated on the progress of the tournament. Good luck to all the teams. In last week's scramble play, the team of Michael LaFaro, Jeff Yost, and Chris Widener posted a score of 13 under par. Congratulations, guys, on posting the best score in this event. In last week's 9-hole competition, Bill Haskins won the social event with a net 1 under par. In the competitive flights, Stuart Tucker, Ron Lee, Mitchell Cohen, and Stu Kramer took the Flight 1 winnings. Flight 2 was won by Joe DiGustino, Jim Engerman, Clark Green, and John Clark. A big thumbs up to the winners. Finally, in golf, the 2-cart rule for Sun City courses came into effect on September 1st. Additional parking spaces were opened at Argent Lakes to help with the overflow of carts. From this reporter's perspective, the procedure worked well. It gave players an opportunity to bond with other players. Pace of play was also good. In tennis news, the Sun City Tennis Association Lottery will be held on September 11th at 6 p.m. at Hidden Cypress. Fall intra-club captains, coordinators, and social group leaders can now register for the draft online. The Tennis Geezerette League is looking for 3.0 men and women who will be at least 80 years old by March 31st. Interested players should contact Howard Jaslow for more information. The league plays on Tuesdays from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Play begins on September 16th and ends January 6th. September 16th marks the opening day for the Bocce League. The league will run for 8 weeks. 2-person teams will compete in the daytime slot sections. In addition to the competitive nature of bocce, it's also a great way to meet your neighbors. Check out the Bocce site for more information about this fun sport. No athletic ability is needed. Finally, in sports, the Softball Association opened its fall season this week. Play began on September 2nd with a special hot dog day for all those attending. The various leagues had games throughout the week. In coming weeks, we will be bringing you some of the highlights and pomp of the opening day festivities. Well, as the weather cools down, it's time to get outdoors and enjoy the sun. For Sun City Sports, I'm Mike Romano.
Well, that's our news this week. Thanks for watching. Catch us on cable and on our YouTube station, where we invite you to click like and subscribe. To see expanded coverage of some of our SCTV stories, tune into our monthly show Extra. For questions and comments, email us at suncitytvhh@gmail.com. Check in with us next week for all the news that's in your neighborhood. For Sun City News, I'm Georgia Lash.